Don't you hate that feeling when you wake up just as lightning strikes and knocks out the power for a few seconds, or just for a second? No, well, neither do I. It's raining like hell outside, and there's lots of rain and thunder and lightning and what sounded like hail. I don't know, maybe it's been really strong winds. And apparently tornadoes in some areas. A friend of mine caught one on his camera on his phone and posted on Facebook. And even my phone is telling me something. It's all rainy and nasty outside. I'm trying to sleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, to me it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm tired. I'm going to stare at the lightning and go back to sleep. Alright, so I'm awake with my UFO guy here, and I'm headed to work. I had a bit of an epiphany, we'll say, and follow me on this. It has to do with Harry Potter and the way the books and everything panned out. In human relationship, when a person has sex for the first time, or falls in love for the first time, or whatever, they seem to be bound to that person in some way. Like, they have that feeling that this is the person they need to be with, and that generally will dictate the course of their life or relationship. Now, this isn't a usual thing, but it happens. It's in psychology. You'll find it. But think about it like this: Harry Potter had no friends, and the first person he meets was bound to be his friend, regardless of what happened. It was just going to be that way. It was written in the stars. So, because it's a story written by a person and whatever, he lucked out and he sat next to Ron, who became his friend and companion for the rest of his life. And we see that as at least apparent for him being an older person at the end of the last book. But so for the rest of his life, him and Ron are going to be buddies. Him, and then eventually Hermione, and then those are the three amigos right there. And then Neville is that fourth one around, probably. Well, imagine, if you will, that Harry Potter had sat next to Malfoy. Harry Potter, young and impressionable, knows nothing about the wizarding world and has no friends at all. Malfoy comes in with his sly charm and becomes Harry's friend. Well, that could have led the book down a completely different path. Thinking like Harry would have hung out with all the Slytherin kids, or the potential Slytherin kids, and then when it came to the Sorting Hat time, wouldn't have known that, hey, Slytherin's a pretty bad house to be in, would have gotten put in Slytherin, theoretically. And because, he made his choice. He's like, I don't want to be in Slytherin, so he was in Gryffindor? Yeah. Gryffindor. So, he would have been in Slytherin. Okay? Continue to follow me on this one. If he had been in Slytherin, he would have not been as good as a person as he was, theoretically. So when it came to Snape hating his guts, he probably wouldn't have, at least not as much, because he would have been a Slytherin kid instead of a Gryffindor kid, although still the son of James Potter. Then, let's see, what was the first one? The Sorcerer's Stone. If Harry Potter was able to get to the Mirror of Erised, then he would have not been able to get it because he potentially would have wanted to take it for himself, or found a way to not want it but get it and then give it to Voldemort. In the story, that would have been it. Okay, let's say no, he wasn't able to get it. Voldemort wasn't able to get it, defeated by some other random kid. And you can kind of trickle it down the line as you go. The Chamber of Secrets, the whole goblet issue. There would have been something where Harry Potter either would have been a great adversary still to Voldemort, where Voldemort would come back and say, "I still want to kill that little shit," or he could have been a very powerful companion to Voldemort. Be like, this kid, he freaking killed my ass, but he's still strong, and he's an evil kid just like me, and let's be buddies. Let's go and conquer the world together, and then at the end, we'll just hate each other and try and kill each other, and, that whole deal. You can't have two really bad guys working together forever. But just food for thought. If Harry Potter had sat next to, Malfoy, or Pansy Parkinson, or Luna Lovegood, or I don't care, any other person, the books would have been a wholly different thing. There would have been no Ron and Harry and Hermione. There would have been no Ron and Hermione. There would have been no Harry and Ginny. So I was like, the potential theories that could have... Yeah. So there's a little food for thought today while I'm driving to work after the monsoon hit. I have to take the opposite route, the out and about route, because the fact that the roads that I would normally take are washed out again. I'm not even going to attempt to go there. But yeah, so I'm going to go get me some lunch, aka breakfast. I've got my dinner for tonight. And then, blah. So good morning, evening, whatever. I made it home in one piece. Apparently we had a whole lot of storms and whatnot over the past day. And I don't remember how many they said, but there were several tornadoes that touched down. And yeah, I destroyed a lot of stuff. So, but I'm in one of the areas that wasn't affected, so that's good. All it really did to me was just wake me up when the power went out briefly. But there are some areas right now that just have no power, which sucks. But yeah, on my way home from work, I had to get had to go by and get some stuff for Allison's Easter thing they're doing at her school tomorrow. Some stuff for little crafty things. But I'm going to take that stuff over to their house before I go to work. That way they can kind of do everything. And, yeah, do it from there. Figure it out from there. I may go up there tomorrow and enjoy in the festivities. We'll see what happens with that. But I'll see if I can go up there tomorrow. And, because I don't think she has early release or anything. Huh. No, okay, so it looks like she doesn't have school on Friday. So I probably will be going up there tomorrow and enjoying that. But I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to go to bed. I'm tired. Then again, I'm always tired, so what's new? So, yeah. Yeah.
Hot dog.